That would be a good little chuckle that we could talk about.
Maybe that's a working title.
We're going to work on that one. See how that lands. Hey, come join us for our chuckle. It's like a roast, but different. And then, oh God, that was a coffee spitter. I like that.
Snort. Snort.
Okay, back on track. We've said that multiple times.
Welcome to Learning Out Loud, where we get curious about all things teaching and learning. I'm Stefan, a regional technology coach, here with Andy, a regional math coordinator, and Cari, a regional science coordinator. We're just three educators on a mission to dig into what works, what doesn't, and what we're still figuring out. This podcast is for teachers, coaches, and leaders who want to grow in their professional practice. We don't have all the answers, but we're asking the questions and recording the process. Let's go to work.
What's the purpose right now of our conversation? What are we going to tackle? Each of these discussions, or
I went through and grabbed, I tried to get a feel for what people were saying, and then I went and I grabbed some things that I thought were poignant or interesting or made me think of other things that I'm working on.
Gotcha.
And then I think we just kind of flow from there.
Well, I could. Do you want me to start? I can start. I have an idea. Or Cari, you want to start us off? What do you want to do?
Go for it,
Stefan.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'm going to pull out something that we've already had a little bit side conversations that's been going on, but it's around our stories that we had such a good conversation around, and again, I don't know the chapters and all those things, but it was module 3 is kind of what we're looking at. But a couple of folks mentioned some great ideas about their own stories and how to illustrate a concept. The one that really sticks out and then highlights something that we're also trying to keep moving forward and the conversation moving forward is this idea about the movie Counted Out.
Oh, you stole mine. I was hoping you didn't see it. I literally had it written down here in my pad.
Okay, well
hey,
then,
there's a request for a
so
regional screening.
Maybe we could yield both of our time to this important topic, but I just want to highlight the idea about how it captured a participant's connection to story, and building hope is mentioned in here, and the importance of thinking about, barriers that might be a part of our system within education and whatever, the mathematics or science or just maybe K-12 or, education. I guess we could just keep it at that. But just that idea about how to think about this video told stories around other ways to consider learning about the world around us. And I think I just want to leave it at that and just say we hear the ask and we are trying to bring that to our region as well across the state. But maybe in one of we could put it in the web or the Canvas course about more information about Counted Out and what we're talking about. But what were your connections, Stefan, that you saw there then?
Yeah, no, I just thought that was, as I was going through there, a lot of good things, people relating their own stories, telling stories about stories, right? You guys don't have to jog my memory because we recorded so long ago.
Yeah.
Did I tell the story about my professor in college who knelt on the class pet?
No.
I forget who I was talking to. Maybe that's for another time because we're trying to limit ourselves on time here, but it's fun reading through other people's responses about the impacts stories have made in their classroom and how they tie that to education and learning. And then it just naturally makes me reflect on stories that had an impact on me. And so just a couple weeks ago, early October, I was in a district and I had offhandedly mentioned that I went to Whitworth, and this other teacher was like, I went to Whitworth. And then there was the whole, when did you graduate? Because, it's such a small school that potentially cross paths. And then she asked about a professor, and I was like, oh, that's like my all-time favorite professor. Did he tell you the story about, but it was so interesting that with like 2 minutes into this conversation, I was just already, it wasn't he taught me this, it was he taught me this through a story, and the story is what stuck with me. And it's fun seeing other people make those same connections, but also just, I mean, we've woven through all of this is how people are providing structure and connection to learning. That way it's not just telling a story, which is, I think, something that we talked about also. And spoiler for, I think, what we're going to record next is we had talked about, we've been talking today about what we're going to do for the next section. And it's, community stories are a great way to build community, but it's also like there seem to be a lot of chapters about structure and accountability and expectations. And it's fun to see those things naturally come up in these responses.
Cool.
Yeah, related to that, I think in the discussion board about stories that there's, emotion, like this connection to, well, we share a story because we are building community, and we often do that through emotion. Like, I don't know your full story about your professor, Stefan, but I imagine it evoked an emotion in you as he told the story, and that's why learning came to you. And then, so emotion shows up in the discussion board for thinking prompts as well. And there was some great discussion there. And I really appreciated that part of the conversation that people were having was around setting students up to develop discussion norms and to have develop their own strategies for staying on task. So I thought that was really cool to like think about how can we put the ownership on the kids to keep them in the discussion and heading toward the learning target, and making them be responsible for it as well. So some of the participants had some really great thoughts on that, and then replied to each other and connected to each other on some of the things that they were doing. So there's some great strategies in there too, I thought, in that discussion on thinking prompts on how to support kids around discussion, student-led discussion.
There's an ask too a couple times, QFT, Cari. So maybe we should try to do some type of modeling that one somehow, or can we have like little side nuggets or whatever? Like, how do we drop that in? Like, we
can do whatever we want. Man.
You know what I mean? Like, here's our whole like thing, but then, oh yeah, over here are our like little hors d'oeuvres or a la carte. Ooh, our a la carte menu that we have off to the side.
But yeah, we can do whatever we want, like go and find little mini things. And for the record, Andy, you're 2 for 2. QFT was also one of the things that I pulled out independently here, just about someone saying, I remember going to a training, QFT, went back, taught that to the kids. I don't know if my frame of thinking was this in questioning. The entire time we were having that discussion, I was thinking about teachers formulating questions and asking good questions of students, because that's so important. I mean, this is a blind spot for me, apparently. It hadn't really occurred to me that like teach kids to ask good questions, and maybe that's because I'm constantly bombarded with questions from my 3 and 6-year-old, and I'm just kind of sick of being questioned. That point, back on track, taking that same questioning strategy and turning it towards students, that's a great area to explore. So yeah, maybe little mini-sodes, a la carte episodes.
Cool.
We called the podcast Learning Out Loud, which is LOL. We'll call them Chuckles. It's a chuckle episode.
Chuckle.
Nice.
We got it.
I like
check the chuckle. What are you saying, Cari?
Oh, I was saying asking questions shows up in science standards, shows up in math standards. I don't know the ELA standards well enough to know, but I imagine that it's in there too. So
I think, remember that one, it's been out forever. It had the 3 circles and the Venn diagram and and they all kind of merge, and there's like these 4 that remain in the middle. I'm pretty sure questioning, or the derivative of such, is there. So and also, we have a lot of folks that will drop in ideas as we move forward too, so we can maybe coming resurfacing things and just do a quick scan like we did, 5-10 minute of some of the comments as people start engaging those first couple episodes again. But Great thoughts out there. We got some cool stuff. We're going to invite folks to come out and share their ideas. So reach out to us.
Andy, you said I'm going to start bringing in other voices. Do you want to give people like a short preview of how we're planning on evolving and moving forward, and then we can wrap up?
Sure, I will do my best. I also want to throw it out there, the folks, like if you have like those stories that you want to talk about, or things that we've already mentioned in chapters of cooperative learning or questioning or prompts, that would be a good little chuckle.
maybe
we could talk
maybe
about.
that's a working title.
We're going to work on that one. See how that lands. Hey, come join us for our chuckle. Like it's like a roast but different. And then, oh God, that was a coffee spitter. I like that.
Snort. Snort.
Okay, back on track. We've said that multiple times. Community building, and this is where we really want to get the sense or the lens of classroom teachers, K-12. Like, how are some of the strategies that you're implementing that help develop a community with your students? But also, I would imagine, Stefan and Cari, that we're going to have some people that are going to want to talk about the adult community building and how do we get together on that as well. So as we move forward into our next course, season? Ooh. Our next season, when our next season drops in 2026, we'll be asking out for some folks to think about those areas of like how you're building community. What are some things that you are considering in your classroom, knowing that if you're a secondary teacher, you probably have 5 to 6 different communities that you have to build throughout the day. And if you are a K-5 or so, you might have one that changes with dynamics. I don't know. What are you guys thinking about? And that's kind of the offer. Like, how do you bring your lens to this conversation and then help others as they're checking in and following along? But that's kind of with a thought. You guys want to add on?
Oh, Cari's shaking her head. It's a podcast, Cari. You got to say something. Honestly, not I've given Cari a hard time for it. No notes. That's I think a great summation of what we're thinking, and just also that we're open to all kinds of feedback. We sent out a feedback survey and gotten some responses in that, which is great. So we're going to take that and kind of tune what we're doing in the future, and just trying to really incorporate as many voices from the field as possible, strategically, just to because we try to be in classrooms as much as we can, but the fact of the matter is we're not day to day with kids. And so we've got a huge blind spot for like practical application. Yeah. And so really trying to gather as many voices who are out there doing the work and then spreading that as much as possible. So you're welcome to reach out and say like, hey, I would be happy to hop on there with you. But we also will probably just be pestering people.
Yeah, we have a really good plan on how to build community within the first 5 minutes of saying hello to everybody in the classroom, because that's usually what right. We don't know if it works or not, but it seems to be okay.
It works for about 60 minutes for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that first period that we're with each other. But yeah, like that idea, like over time, what are those strategies? What are those moves? I'm super curious about. I know when I was a teacher, the new student, folding them in, right now, October, November, after all the things, right? Everything from student binders to the seating arrangements to that new person or that new student. How do you fold them into that community or have them become part of that learning environment? And there's strategies out there that you are all doing. I know that we could love to have those and kind of like get specific or case by case, but it's kind of fun to hear new ideas and wondering about what does that look like in a quarter model, or where are we going to? Some district has 92 minutes of instruction time or something, or 85 minutes. I mean, that's a lot really, for a kid. So how are you breaking that up to build the learning communities in there? So I don't know. Interesting topics, and we're excited to have those come forward, I guess. So,
all right, Cari, wrap us up with something profound.
Oh boy, that no, no pressure there. All I was thinking was related to what Andy was just sharing is what I'm excited about is the learning together. So it's the three of us talking, like talking about our work and talking about what we're seeing in the book. But what I've really appreciated is the engagement in Canvas and learning from the community of coaches and teachers across our region, and looking forward to then asking them to come in as guests because we know that we can learn from them. And that's not just about us.
What?
Sorry. It's about you, Andy. It's not about us. It's about you. That's
I got a new microphone. It's about something, isn't it?
Look
it's
at it, guys. Upgrading.
Carrie feels left out. I know what I'm getting Carrie for a holiday gift. That's for sure.
A new microphone.
I'm going to go down to the basement of the tech department and go, hey, can I get one more of these?
Thank you.
I was really hoping when I said that, Cari, that you were going to crumble, that you were going to be like, I don't know. And that's where I was going to end the podcast. But you actually gave me something.
We can clip. I can say that right now and you can all edit it all together.
No, I was just trying to screw with you.
I could have just shake my head.
Thanks for learning with us today. If something we said sparked a thought, made you nod, or something Andy said made you roll your eyes, we'd love to hear about it. Share the episode, tag a colleague, send it to your PLC, or just keep the conversation going within your own team. You can connect with us via the feedback form in the show notes, and we'd love to hear your thoughts, feedback, and suggestions for topics to cover in future episodes. We're all growing together, and that starts with paying attention to our own practice.